So today we're going to be talking more about Afghanistan and more specifically about a US Marine officer and him calling out the senior leaders within the United States government and the US Marine Corps on their lack of leadership and accountability.
My name is Lieutenant Colonel Stu Scheller, United States Marine Corps. I'm the current battalion commander for Advanced Infantry Training Battalion. I've been in the Marine Infantry for 17 years. Started my tour with Victor 1-8. It's the current unit that's doing perimeter security, dealing with the mess that's going on there.
So as you can see there, he's very well experienced. He's currently battalion commander at Advanced Infantry School, so for the Marines. He's done 17 years, a lieutenant colonel, as they would call it, a lieutenant colonel for us. So very experienced. He's been on the ground, and the unit that's out there is the unit that's on the ground, and that was the unit he was first with. So he's got the experience of being on the ground, and he knows what it's all about.
You can see open source reporting that there was an explosion and some people were killed. I know through my inside channels that one of those people that were killed was someone that I have a personal relationship with. Won't go into more details because the families are still being notified. Not making this video because it's potentially an emotional time. Making it because I have a growing discontent and contempt for my perceived ineptitude at the foreign policy level, and I want to specifically ask some questions to some of my senior leaders. And I'll say, as a person that's not at 20 years, I feel like I have a lot to lose. If you play chess, you can only see 2 to 3 moves out because there's too many variables. I thought through if I post this video, what might happen to me, especially if the video picks up traction, if I have the courage to post it.
Yeah, he's saying there if he has the courage to post it. You can see in there like he's nervous just recording it. So it is taking him some balls to obviously post this, and we'll look a little bit more and we'll see why. But obviously he's going to be calling out some senior leaders within the United States government and the US Marine Corps, and possibly further more with that wider military.
But I think what you believe in can only be defined by what you're willing to risk. So if I'm willing to risk my current battalion commander seat, my retirement, my family's stability, to say some of the things that I want to say, I think it gives me some moral high ground to demand the same honesty, integrity, accountability from my senior leaders. And so I want to start with, we'll just use the Marine Corps. We'll just stick with the Marine Corps. So in the current fallout of Afghanistan, a lot of Marines were posting on social media, and in response to that, the Commandant published a letter, which is the service chief of the Marine Corps. And I want to read from it. It was dated 18 August, so only a week ago. The Commandant, sir, you wrote, "Some of you may be struggling with a simple question. Was it all worth it? We want you to know that your service was meaningful, powerful, and important. You fought for the Marine to your left and the Marine to your right. You never let them down." And then you go on to say that, if we're struggling, we should seek counseling, which, I get it. People have killed people. I've killed people, and I seek counseling, and that's fine. There's a time and place for that. But the reason people are so upset on social media right now is not because the Marine on the battlefield let someone down. That service member has always rose to the occasion and done extraordinary things. People are upset because their senior leaders let them down, and none of them are raising their hands and accepting accountability or saying, we messed this up. If an 05 battalion commander has the simplest live fire incident EO complaint, boom, fired. But we have a Secretary of Defense that testified to Congress in May that the Afghan National Security Force could withstand the Taliban advance. We have chairmen of Joint Chief, who the Commandant is a member of that, who's supposed to advise on military policy. We have a Marine combatant commander. All of these people are supposed to advise, and I'm not saying we've got to be in Afghanistan forever, but I am saying, did any of you throw your rank on the table and say, hey, it's a bad idea to evacuate Bagram Airfield, the strategic air base, before we evacuate everyone? Did anyone do that? And when you didn't think to do that, did anyone raise their hand and say, we completely messed this up? I've got battalion commander friends right now that are posting similar things, and they're saying, wondering if all the lives were lost and if it was in vain, all those people that we've lost over the last 20 years.
So this is a common question that's actually been asked a lot in the UK as well. It's not the same sort of situation going on in the US and UK, but I've got a lot of mates who have left the army, and they're asking, was it in vain? Obviously this looks like it's wider within the US Marines as well. It's not just him saying it. A lot of people must be thinking it if other battalion commanders are saying it. I'm sure there's other people saying it. I did a video sort of on it recently. Well, this is before obviously the incident with the Kabul explosion, which 2 Apparel were just down the road, so it could have easily been British soldiers getting injured or killed as well. But there is a lot of veterans out there asking, did we do enough? Is it all in vain? So it's a very common thing. But what he's saying is, this isn't on a Marine or a soldier level, this is further up now, and this is what I sort of said in the video in the past, that the people that went and put the boots on the ground, did the work, put in the graft, it's obviously not their fault. They've done their best. This is obviously what he's sort of going on about now, but it's at a higher level. But there's a lot of people seem to be questioning it.
And he goes on to say that we're all part of a chain. While every link may not be tested, the strength of the chain is only as strong as each link, and you got to be, good link, something like that. And what I'll say is, and from my position, potentially all those people did die in vain if we don't have senior leaders that own up and raise their hand and say, we did not do this well in the end. Without that, we just keep repeating the same mistakes. This amalgamation of the economic / corporate / political / higher military ranks are not holding up their end of the bargain. I want to say this very strongly. I have been fighting for 17 years. I am willing to throw it all away to say to my senior leaders, I demand accountability.
So that's a short video clip I've seen there. I believe it come out yesterday. I don't know if there's any more. This is the clip that I found. I believe he posted it on Facebook. I don't use Facebook. It's very ballsy of him to say. I've already seen a lot of comments on other channels and other posts about what's going to happen to him. This guy should be promoted. And a lot of people are most probably going to think that. Just obviously the issue is just obviously the way he's gone about it. What's obviously good about it, and this is what the British Army preach, whether it happens or not, it does happen, but sometimes it might not. That is, if there is something going on, and someone's breaking, say, the British Army values and standards, the Marines will have theirs, integrity, courage, self-discipline. No matter where you are in the chain of command, no matter what rank they are, no matter what rank you are, you can call them out. So if someone, an officer's giving you a command to break the Geneva Convention, you can turn around, whether you're a private, trooper, gunner, lance corporal, if it's an officer, turn around and say, no, that's wrong, we're not going to do that. And he's just doing it, obviously at a higher level, obviously something slightly different. A lot of people obviously are saying this guy needs to be promoted. They're most probably thinking, well, you've just gone and posted this all over online now. These videos are going viral. It's bringing the Marines and everything else into the limelight. But you don't know what he's done before. I don't know if he spoke to people about it before. The advice you would give is, if someone have these issues, is go and speak to your chain of command, raise it through the proper chain of command. You don't know if he's done that, and people ain't listening, so this is his last resort. I've already seen a video what's happened to him anyway. He's literally just posted it last night, I think. A lot of people like, this guy needs to be promoted. He knew it was career suicide. He said he's willing to give up, a pension. Left 17 years, a lieutenant colonel in the US Marines. He would have built up some big benefits and pension. His family stability, so he really feels like there has been major leadership, a lack of leadership and leadership issues within the US Marine Corps and other services. He just spoke about the US Marine Corps, but he did sort of hint at other services as well, because this goes all the way up to the Secretary of Defence. So this is what it is. I'm going to try and stay updated with how this plays out, and I will try and keep you updated. But I just wanted you to see that video. Give us your thoughts on what you think of it, whether he's right on what he did or whether he's wrong. Look, we all know he's not going to be promoted. I've seen a video that's come out anyway. He has resigned. He's even said he doesn't want any benefits, he doesn't want any pension. He's given it all up. Hopefully he has a plan in place, because it sounds like he's got a family, and he needs to look after himself. You know, he will have to cut all ties with the military after this. God knows what's going to happen to him, but I will try and keep updated with this, and I will try and keep you updated. But yeah, that's what's going on over in the US. Let us know your thoughts on it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully he does sort it out. You know, it's good to see that someone is calling out where there is issues. Just obviously being a serving officer, going this way about it. You know, if you did this in the British Army, you know, if people just be like, why didn't you go up the chain of command and then sort it through that way, because that's what the chain of command for. You don't know what's going on and what the situation is. So I would say good on him for obviously doing this. You know, there's been a lack of leadership, and he is calling it out. You know, he's got the integrity and the moral courage and the self-discipline to do it. You know, he's willing to put his rank on the line for the families of all the fallen. But putting it out on social media causes massive problems. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you soon.